What's with Canada? We got great big cities, but a lot of trees and rocks. Yeah, the winter's cold here. Wear 2 pairs of socks.
Welcome to the channel. I'm Gerald and this is Trekking with Taz. Today we're heading to a place nicknamed Shangri in Kakwa Park. You will hear Mark and I refer to this as the headwaters of the McGregor River. And that's not totally accurate, but it is the largest stream feeding the McGregor River coming out of this lake. Both the other streams feeding the McGregor, Saddle Creek and the McGregor River itself, are both easily crossable on foot, but this particular stream is not easily crossable. Like I said, it's the largest one, so to us, this is the headwaters of the McGregor. The first part of this trek is on the tote road, and so seems pretty simple and straightforward, but when you leave the tote road and go to try and find this little area, it is very difficult. There is no good route that we found going in or coming out, so not for the faint of heart, not a place for most people to go, and you must become one with the Devil's Club if you want to play in this little area. Join me now on my trek into Shangri.
Probably not enough light, which would be too bad. We're just heading out on our hike. Mushroom. It's huge, my yard. I don't know. You can see my hand. If you can see my hand, you can see that is about half the size of it. Wow. Okay, here we are at Bastille Bridge. We've got the truck all chicken wired up. And we're about to head in on Kakwa again. Where we're headed is a place called Shangri. We don't know if we can find it or not. A fellow by the name of Chris Goulet spent 3 years figuring out how he could solo Mount Sir Alexander, which he did. And Shangri was a place he passed through on Mount Sir Alexander and posted some pictures. Well, Mark went to work on Google Earth and Gaia for several years, thinks he's got it figured out where it is, and we're going to try and bushwhack through to it. It's been on his list for a long time, and so we're going to give it a go here and see if we can find it. So, the usual start of our Kakwa treks. Bastille Bridge. Here it goes. If it works out, you will see some beautiful country. If it doesn't work out, oh well, we went for some cardio. I see somebody rode a bike to here. And where they were headed, I guess into Kakwa Lake. This is substantially drier than our last trek. Even places you can walk in the middle there, couldn't. It was all underwater when we were here last time. That'll be nice. It was pretty muddy last time. Hopefully all the muddy spots are a little better. We're back to where the fork meets, the quad trail meets the old road. And
this is a quad trail, this is the road you take.
Just have a quick look down here. Heading that way. Dried up a lot. This didn't dry up. Yeah. Go through the bush here again. The bushwhack around it. That's what it is. These little crossings look fairly simple, but the rocks are deadly slippery. I'm not sure exactly why, but they are really slippery. Whoa. Try and be as careful as you can, and you still slip. A little hazy today. It was nice up there. Pressure's nice. You see the skeletons on the tree. There's a whole mass of them in here. There's a hand. I don't like it. In my opinion, it defaces the property. But worse than that, it gives the activists out there something to talk about. There's more bones, more faces. It just, and it gives excuses for other people to not care about the area, I think. So, just my opinion. I'm not a fan of it. I wish it wasn't there. Wandering along the McGregor here. It's pretty. Water's down lots, so. She's a beauty. A little smoky today. Decided to stop at a little camp and have a little bit of lunch. It's not a bad place to have lunch, but it'll get a good decent view. You can see the snowmobile cabin through the trees, so we're 1 kilometer from the Buchanan at this point. Across the Slen, go down there. Summer, and they just finished the GDT, did the whole thing from Waterton, and I actually saw Carly and Summer last week up on Blueberry. So, and now we're going into Kakwa and we run into them again. So congratulations to you ladies. That's fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah,
have a boys are back.
Talk to you later.
Back at the Buchanan. Need to go down to the Buchanan and get our boots and socks off and get ready to cross. Well, that's a good chunk of the day taken care of. Right there. Perfect. That's where we're going to cross. Right down there. That's good. Lowest we've ever seen. Okay, here we go. Yep. Time to cross the Buchanan. And I go just a little higher than Mark because I think it's not quite as deep up there. There we go. One more crossing of Buchanan done. There's that Wishaw Mountain in front of us. There's one right next to it, maybe. When the Sioux Lake is at the bottom of it, I'm guessing now. Anyway, nice to see. Okay, we're making it into there. That's where we want to be. This is the McGregor River near its headwaters. Wow. We're going to find a route through to way down there. We'll figure that out shortly. But it is nice. Still doing some bushwhacking, but it's not as bad as it was. Some of it was pretty tough. The old legs pretty much tired out now. Mark figures we got about 1 kilometer to the lake. So as long as the going isn't too bad, we shouldn't be there too long for now, like half an hour, 40 minutes, unless the going gets bad. But it is bushwhacking, it's not trail walking. Trail walking would be 15 minutes tops. We don't have that at all. Yeah, it's the valley we're heading into. Big, big peaks, giants. Waterfalls, glaciers, pretty cool. Okay, we're on our way to find the lake. I was just getting a little exhausted. I needed to stop for a bit and have some water and stuff. It's been a tough bushwhack. Not our worst one, but it's been tough. So you think you have stones? Well, you ain't got any stones. Look at my stone. Wow. Shangri-La is over that there hill. We just got to get there. Got enough daylight though. Should be okay. Grego River and its beginnings. And we're getting close to the lake with Cairn, so I don't know if that's from Chris Goulet or if other people been here since then. Anyway, it's here. We're almost to the top. I'm going to take you with me. We can see Shangri-La for the first time together. Oh, I don't know if you're there yet, but look at that. Look at here. Wow. Oh, that's pretty cool. Not a lot of people have seen this, that's for sure. Well, this was a tough get to, but as you can tell, it's worth it. I imagine a lot of other people are going to want to try it. There'll be the odd people, but it's a lot of work. No legs left in my body anymore. I'm just trying to find a place that's flat enough to put a tent camp here. I'm just going to have some supper. We are set up. Shangri-La. And we earned ourselves a meal.
What do you think, Gerald?
I think this is awesome. There's Mark's tent. There's Mark.
Shangri-La.
Shangri-La. And there's my
the
tent.
X-Dome 2 and the X-Mid 2. And they're both listed at Shangri-La.
We made her.
We made her.
Well, let's eat some dinner. It's starting to get dark. I think Mark's going to sleep on that rock tonight. I think that's his plan. And the glacier's been letting out some pretty good thunder here just recently, I guess from up on top of Mount Sir Alexander. Anyway, it's going to be dark soon. Won't be able to show you much more, so good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. And if we do hear some calving going on up in the glacier, I'll try and get this thing going so that we can get it recorded. But anyway, that's day one. Yeah, that's first thing in the morning, 6-ish. We had some really big cracks. Probably the loudest of the since we've been here. I don't know exactly. I guess it's coming off Mount Sir Alexander in the back, because you don't get to see it, but it sounded like half a mountain come down. I see Mark way over there. He obviously got up a little earlier and went for a stroll. Beautiful day. Sun will come up and we should get some decent pictures, and we'll wander around a bit, and then probably start the bushwhack back out instead of leaving it right to the end. I don't know if you can see that cloud, but obviously a whole bunch of snow fell up top there and just pushed the water. Pretty wild. Huh. Another big crack, but I guess I missed it with the video on. It's coffee time now. Coffee, and this is the view to have coffee with. And if we can catch it, we'll catch the next time. Piece of glacier calves. The noise of it, it was just tremendously loud this morning, but just both of us missed it, so we'll see what happens. But you can't complain at a morning like
Oh,
this.
another one I got it on camera. A bunch of things are jumping there.
There's a bunch of little fingerling fish in this little water. You would not believe it. Les LaRue, you need to get your jet boat up to the headwaters of the McGregor, man. Lunker's in here. Well, 360 of our area before I head out here for a little walk. We've had breakfast. And as I said earlier, we watch fish jump, little ones, in this lake. Who would have thought? Look at the morning here. Shangri-La, headwaters of the McGregor River. Few will ever see this place. It's a bit of a challenge to get into, and you have to want to hurt a little bit in places. We've been on worse, but yeah, it's a challenge at times. Tents there. I guess there was a better place to camp up further, Mark said, but we didn't know that last night. Just taking a little wander along the lake here, looking at different angles of, it's just lots of reflection in the lake now, and the icebergs are pretty cool. Yeah. Soak this in before we start our trek out. So here we are. I'd have to call it Shangri-La. Will that work?
Shangri-La works.
So Mark and I are just getting ready to go for a walk, but we thought we'd get a little view of what we are enjoying, what's behind us.
Stunning.
What do you have to say, Mark?
No regrets coming here.
None?
None.
It's everything you expected it to be, eh?
It was a tough trip, but it was worth it.
It really was.
Thanks, Chris, for letting us
That's for sure.
know about this place.
Well, not even that he knew he'd let us know, but just giving us enough information
Given
out
enough
there.
info to figure it out.
And we did. Very beginning of the McGregor River coming out of the lake. You can hear the water. I just thought I'd get it before we got up on top. That's the McGregor River at its inception. The headwaters of the McGregor. You can't get any further up the McGregor than right here. That's it. After that, you're in the lake. Wow. Few will see this. It's pretty awesome little place. So we're just getting up into the lake now. You can see down there is where we were, where the river flows out of the lake. And the icebergs are working their way down there. We're going to slowly work our way around and document this all the way around. So come with us. Working our way back around. Not sure just exactly where we'll end up, because we don't know if we can get across some of the places there, but we'll go for a ways anyway. Do the best we can. Best we can to document this whole place. It looks different from every angle. It's just it's worth going for the walk to see it from every different angle. Still working our way around the lake, enjoying all it has to offer. The thunderous cracks of ice breaking, they just aren't catching on film. So I guess they're just for our enjoyment. Anybody else that wants that enjoyment is going to have to put the sweat equity into coming here. Just the way it is. Working ourselves along this bank. Mark's already been over here this morning, so he's got the views that I haven't had yet, so I'm a little slower here. I'm looking it over. We worked our way up around the side. from the glacier here. And this is the perfect little camp spot. We didn't know it was here, but it's a lot more sheltered than we were. Water right over there. Still great views. Yeah, this is the place to camp for sure.
That's your rock marker to know that you're here.
Yeah, that big rock there. And you could actually set a tent up right in front of it and give yourself even more shadow from the wind. And you know, the backside of the bears are here, the grizzly tracks are here, so putting your tent up against the rock and provides a little bit of comfort. This is spot's got tons of flat areas for a tent that's kind of sheltered. But look at the view. You just kind of at the base of that waterfall, and if you look way up there, there's a bit of a draw, and for sure it looks even doable for me at this point. Might take a little more skill than that. You don't know until you get there. There's a few options. You can go up over on this side and along that ledge over and up, or over on the right hand side and up through the rocks. But right up top is the ice field below Mount Sir Alexander, probably on the east side more or less. Certainly something for people that are a little more skilled than me for sure.
We stopped for some of nature's best water.
Right straight off of that waterfall right up there, going right down to the lake. Let's enjoy.
Ice cold, clean water. You don't get any better than that.
Up on the ridge there. I'm gonna try something a little different. I got a different place for my camera, and want to see what kind of view that is. First, we get this picture of Mark. Now, let's find a way through here and up there. And let's see how this video turns out. If it's half decent, it will make the video. If it isn't, well, we'll put it in a delete box. Let's try her. Bit of a climb, a little steep. Whew. Not much grip here. Ooh. Wow. Well, hopefully that view shows the climb. Whew. View around from this knoll. Down there is where the river leaves this lake. See the falls, and seeing behind Mark that big falls. That's kind of the direction we're headed. So we've climbed up a little higher above the lake. You can see all the little pieces of ice floating down the lake today that weren't on there last night. See a little bit of blue in the glacier today with the light. We're gonna walk along this moraine for a while, try and get up towards that waterfall up there. Maybe to it. Closing in on the falls. You can see it's wicked. Just boiling off those rocks. You should have seen the snow and water storm early this morning. I tried to video it, but I'm sure the GoPro you couldn't tell, but it's pretty impressive. Working our way up this rock slide, runoff really from high water in the spring. Getting up towards the falls. You see the lake down below now. You can really see the waterfall. The closer we get, the way it's boiling. Of course, we started way down there where the McGregor River flows out of this lake. And it doesn't look like it, but it's quite a climb up to where we are at now. We're working our way around. Starting to see way more of the glacier up there, which is what we're here for sure. And falls are just right there. And that route up looks very doable. I'm pretty sure that fellow that put the pictures of Shangri out, when he come down off of Mount Sir Alexander, Chris, I'd bet money come down this way. It's just such an easy route, and he ended up in here. Chris Goulet, thanks for showing us those pictures. We were going to follow the creek up and try and go up some rocks from there, but it looks like a cliff band, at least too steep for me, for sure. Well, Mark said too steep for him too. So we're going up the green and we'll look down on the waterfall from it. It's a climb, but it's not hard, or well, it's not sketchy at all. It's just a climb. Getting closer to the falls. Whew. You're not going to see the upper falls, I don't think, but that's okay. It'll be fun just to get here. Starting to get a view here. Look at that. You saw it when I saw it. Wow. We've climbed up the waterfall a bit. Whew. Gives you a little different perspective of it. A lot of water. Wow, this is as high as we're going to climb. Gives you a little better view of the glacier up there. I'm pretty sure we could climb up that chute. It's going to be a lot of work, but we could do that and get up onto the glacier up there. We don't have time for that sort of thing, and that wasn't what we come here for, but for sure capable people can make a pretty easy day out of getting up there onto the glacier. Heading down now and decide if we're going to do anything more or we're going to pack up and start our bushwhack out. We won't get all the way to the vehicle at all, but we might be able to get out, make our hike out to the vehicle tomorrow a lot simpler. Good luck at the glaciers. Probably mention this at the end or a few times throughout this video, but this is the kind of place you got a beginning and you got a destination, and it's up to you to figure out how you're going to do it. There's no good route. We had some good times in our bushwhacking and we had some bad times, so you just kind of have to pick your way. I'm going to say this is the kind of thing that sheep hunters would love, challenge themselves. Not that they're sheep here, just they're the toughest backcountry people I know. Put a 75, 80 pound pack on their back, and if it doesn't hurt, then they didn't have fun. And stuff like this is nothing to them. They just go. Us hikers with our much lighter packs sometimes think we're tough, but I've been with enough sheep hunters to know who the tough guys are. They're tough. On our way down here, we're gonna try and get across that creek, get a view, see if there's any way possible to get over the glacier. We don't think so, but if there is, we'd like to do it. So we have to get across first to get a view. We're down quite low now, making our way through the rocks, just looking for a place to cross the creek that seems reasonable. Mark thinks a little lower, we'll see. Or maybe we can't even cross, who knows. Whew. Some roly-poly roundy rocks. Come down off the ridge quite a ways. Just about down to the water. Mark just hollered good, so that must mean he found a route that looks good. See what happens when we get down there. Mark's already down there surveying where he thinks would be the best place to cross. We'll be down there in a sec. The goal is to get over to the glacier if we can, and it looks like we can. That's kind of the plan. You can see the cave over there. I'm sure water comes out underneath the bridge of snow that's there. So there's a lot of water coming down off the mountain. It has to go somewhere. Bunch of braids down here, so it should be a little easier to split these up further. Boils in a lot of places and really slippery rocks, and you only have to slip once and the fun will go out of the day. So trying to find something a little better to cross at. Okay, we've come right down to the lake. There just wasn't a good spot to cross up. There was just too much boiling water, so here we can cross safely. A little wet, but that's okay. All in all, it's Mark jumped, but I can't, so what I'll do is pick some rocks. That was pretty simple. A lot better than up further. It just looked like we were gonna have a bad day up there, so down here we're good. This is our last little offer here. If we can make it to the glacier, okay, and if we can't, it's time to back up anyway and start part way out. Make tomorrow's hike a little easier. So here goes. Ready to do this?
Oh, it's recording the whole time. We're done.
You ready to do this?
Ready to do this.
Let's go. Making our way around here. You see we've got a lot closer to that cave, and you can see it's big. From a ways back you don't know that, but pretty cool just to get around and get a little better look anyway. Even if we don't get all the way over to the glacier, we'll get a much better look here, and we won't go home wishing we had done it. We'll have at least tried. Glacier just calved a piece a second ago. Mark saw it, I just didn't see it. Wow. Okay, we're just cresting over a bit here, and there's the cave. Huh. Amazing. Yeah, look where we got to. We're not done yet. We might make it over to the cave, I don't know. The water's coming up. It all depends on what's down below the glacier. How wild is that? Our camp way down there on either side of that floating berg. Might be able to see my dome. Maybe not. Okay, wild. We are substantially closer to the glacier. How cool. How cool is that? You get to travel with me and watch it open up in front of you right now. Plan was made, going down there would have been cool, but if something collapsed, your life is at risk. So it's going to go up here and have a look. Mark is almost up there already. Have a look at the falls and the glacier up there. Take a little elevation in here and beat these crevasses. Stuff washing down into it. We won't go any closer. That's good enough. Slowly climbing back into this glaciated valley of waterfalls. Few little rolly steep parts. All in all, not too bad. Valley of Falls, eh? Look at that. Whew. Pretty impressive. Look at this. Great big crevasse. Just, water washing down. How cool is that? See the glacier dripping here. We're just going around it. See if we can look down into that cave. And we're sure we can, without putting ourselves in jeopardy. You're coming with us on this one again. First look at it from up here. Look at that. Pretty cool. Coming off there. That's Mark, and into that cave. Very cool. Glacier's above. Have a good look at the glacier where we're at. Meets all expectations. Into the cave. See the lake out there in the distance. Shangri it is. What an incredible place. We're gonna get down out of this gorgeous place. There's little more we can do up here. It's gonna hurt not going over to that cave, but we just don't think it's safe. So anyway, we got close to it. We got some pictures and got up here, saw some others, and now we're gonna have a little cave. You can tell we're walking on top of the glacier here in this moraine. Gotta be careful. So we're gonna try and pick our way pretty much the way we come, I think, because we know that was pretty solid. So we're gonna head right down to the lake, see if we can actually skirt around it. I know there's one spot where it's a little steep, but we might have enough footing to walk. That's better than walking across this loose rock. So, making our way down to the beach. It's a little bit tricky, but I think we'll be okay. Just hard and slippery. Gotta take your time. We didn't bring our rock helmets with us, so gotta kind of stay apart from each other. So don't take a rock, goes down, hits them in the head or something. I think I'm going to go across. That hard stuff is really sucks. Guess he didn't hear me when I asked him to wait for me at the bottom. He's in a hurry to get to that cave and have a look. Oh well, we'll be there soon enough. Whoa!
Very quickly, you can see we made a really crazy mistake. I could have edited it out, but I want everybody else to be able to see it. You saw those rocks hitting the water?
What's that?
Well, what's happened is the day warmed up, it loosened them up and made them slide down above the glacier and come off over the top. We hadn't seen any of that the night before or in the morning so far, and then all of a sudden it was doing it. It was a heat of the day, and we shouldn't have been in there. So Mark ran out close to the wall, and I got back. But you know, you need to be really careful. We thought we were being careful. Even rock helmets weren't going to help you. Several of those rocks that come down were twice or three times the size of your head. So yeah, it was a bad thing.
There was a, oh, maybe I didn't get, yeah, Mark's back out. Big rocks started coming down, so we're not playing down there. That's senseless. But anyway, we got that close. That's good enough. Some thundering going on. I'm hoping to catch something that was collapsing, but didn't. The heat of the day making everything move a little. So that's it for us over in the glacial area. It's not the best time of day to be here, so we're all around the lake. Home. We're glad to be away from there now. Never saw any rocks going down at all yesterday or this morning, but there's no doubt the heat's out and get a little melt under the rocks and they start to slide. So she's good information. Collect. Nobody got hurt. And just remember that when you're playing around glaciers. As the day warms up, things move. Okay, we are a long ways away from the glacier now, and happy to be. Lesson learned. Sometimes you have to learn from experiences. Even if initially we thought, no, we shouldn't go there, could be dangerous, and then we turned around and went anyway. Hadn't seen any reason not to, and then of course everything started happening, and it's like, okay, we were right the first time, but now it's embedded in our memory. When the heat comes out during the day, things start moving, and you know that. And unfortunately it was throwing rocks. So we're back to our packs. Mark and I are going to have a little something to eat and drink. We're going to chat about our experience, what we did right, what we did wrong, and learn from it. Back at camp. Today was a success. We're going to start packing up camp and do some of the bushwhacking out of here. Whew. Great day so far. 32 degrees outside. Here we got a nice wind, so we're not hot at all, but we know as soon as we walk away from here it's going to change, so this is what we do. See a nice wet hat, and that's the way we start our day, trying to keep cool. So long, Shangri. It has been something else. 3 years in the making. We did all we could do. Now it's time to find a way back out of this mess down below and back up to the tow trail. You ready to do that, Mark? Welcome to the jungle, mighty jungle. You wanted to play at the headwaters of the McGregor, did you? Well, here you go. Have at her. Oh, let go. Definitely a day's entertainment in here. One step at a time. We are taking a little more of a circuitous route out, a little easier going, at least for now. Who knows what we're going to get into, but it's not as much bushwhacking as we had to do on the way in, so fingers crossed we can eliminate a bunch of our hard work going back. Never eliminate it all, but eliminate a bunch would be good. A wee bit of a blueberry break. There's blueberries everywhere in here. We've made it back out to the creek we have to cross. Now we just have to find a place to cross it. Whew. Bit of a challenge. Our creek crossing. You're gonna see one kind of deep, fast hole that we have to get through. Other than that, shouldn't be too bad. Oh. Go a little further up the mark because that looks pretty fast and pretty deep right where he is. Pretty fast, alright? Okay. Now, that's just some shallower stuff. So that spot's a little deep and a little fast, but it's not too bad if you take your time. Not bad. Nice cold water, feels good on the feet, good on the ankles, good on the knees, a little everything. Enjoyed that crossing. Okay. There we go. Coming away from the creek, she's a gauntlet of willows until you can find some timber to walk in. Hopefully not too far when we get out of it. Not even putting our water shoes on for this one. The rocks are really slippery. And we just decide, let's go for it. Better chance of not slipping on the rocks. Put the boots on the water shoe. Very, very slippery. Now we have to get up into the forest somehow. The next person who wants to get in and find Shangri-La, I wish you well. You're gonna have fun. We did. It's a little obnoxious in places. It is worth it, but it's obnoxious. Bushwhack is over. We're back on the tow road. The bushwhacked, as you saw, some of it was hell, some of it was just bad, but there was some good stuff too. But if you're gonna go to Shangri-La, you're gonna have to like a little pain and aggravation, because it will give you that. But now we're on the way down the tote road, down to Buchanan, across it, and then we'll decide how far we're going to go where we set camp up today. Well, Brandon, you just did the whole GDT, Waterton here, 1,100 kilometers, and then this section to boot.
Yeah.
So How was it for you?
It was honestly, it was incredible. It was more than I thought it could be. Every day, the diversity of the trail, the people you meet, stunning views. It was just, yeah, it was kind of once in a lifetime. It was really, really good.
And you were saying G's your favorite, which is kind of my favorite little area from Blueberry. We've been all over through here, so it's good to hear you loved it.
Section G's, yeah, it's awesome.
Good, good.
The Jack Pine, Shale, Big Shale Hill, yeah, it doesn't stop. It's really awesome.
Would you go back and do sections again, or you?
100%. I would spend more time on G. I would go back and do some time on A. I didn't do the Northover Ridge alternate in section B.
Well, then you know there's another alternate in G over the Perseverance Pass.
I didn't do Perseverance either. Yeah.
We've done part of it, like not all of it, but over to Holmes Mountain. It's really cool. That might be something you want to look at.
100%. Yeah. No.
Well, congratulations, Brandon.
Thanks very much.
Okay, we're back into Buchanan again. See our last water crossing of this trip. Whoa, that was slippery rock. Be careful, Gerald. Mark and I are just having a little snap on this side of Buchanan, and we're gonna carry on. We'll find a place to camp.
I mean, we're plagued now. It's the right time of year for us.
So yeah, so you just finished your 1,100 kilometers. What did you think of our trail?
Pretty damn brilliant. The trail's incredible. The weather was cruel.
At times.
Until, this last week has been truly
from Blueberry
very
on.
good for my cognitive dissonance to remember how nice and warm it was, except all the bits where...
What was your favorite section?
This last section's been incredible.
Oh,
G's been amazing. I think the weather helped out with the views, getting able to see everything. And then Northover Ridge before C was one of the best days of hiking I've ever had.
And probably E, Michelle Lakes.
C. Oh yeah, E was great. Michelle Lakes was a treat.
Yeah.
Like it's everything. Every section of it has its highlights. It's been
nice. How many days?
I don't actually know on trail. I started on the 16th, but then I had, I think, like 5 rest days and permit waiting days, and then I was off for a week, drinking far too much with some Aussie mates who happened to be coming through Canada. So
Little Foster's lager.
It was, we don't drink Foster's. I've never had a Foster's in my life. It's this international scandal of selling our worst beer, but we don't put it on our own taps.
There you go.
But yeah, no, it's been a treat. It's been good.
So you trying to get to Bastille still?
Yeah, I was going to go to Bastille. I was hoping to stay in the what's the name cabin, the Sledders. Yeah, but it's all shut up. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. It was How
are you getting out? Are you riding with Sean as well?
Riding with Sean. Yeah.
Yeah. So
nice.
He's meeting him. Tomorrow. So
tomorrow morning, past the bridge. So.
And then where you flying out
from? Flying out from Calgary. But I might head to Vancouver now. All my plans changed because I called up the flight people. I couldn't change my flights. It's been a nightmare. I've just tried to. I'm like, can I?
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna go head to Vancouver, check Vancouver out for a week, and then head down to Calgary, because that's where my flight leaves from. And I didn't actually get to check out the city much anyway. So.
Right. Well, glad you liked our trail though.
Oh man, it's fantastic. It's such a cool It's good country. It's very good country. Although I haven't seen a single bear, I'm pretty sure they don't exist. I'm pretty sure there's a conspiracy.
We have set our tents up here on the side of the McGregor. This is where we're going to spend our evening. Just going to make some dinner, relax a little, shorten our trek home tomorrow. Just a little look around our little abode. Not a bad place to spend the night. She's the end of the day. We're gonna hunker down, take a load off. Tomorrow is a short day. We've come out quite a ways. We're probably got 6 or 7 kilometers left to go. Won't take too long. And we'll be back at the vehicle. Meantime, we got this beautiful spot to camp at. And today was pretty awesome. We were actually over on the other side
of those peaks there and around in the corner where we were at Shangri-La. Pretty wild. Anyway, that's tonight, 6:30 in the morning. Sitting here, coffee and a bull elk bugled over there. We're beat on some trees and stuff, and we'll see if maybe it'll come in. September 1st. There's no doubt the rut is on. Any kind of luck, it will come in. A good time this morning, and they're going to enjoy it anyway. I've moved up the river a little bit. That bull that bugled is right across here somewhere. But he hasn't bugled again, so. And I don't have a chirp and a bugle with me to play with him. It's too bad. Beat some trees a bit, tried that, but he hasn't come out again. He hasn't bugled again. Well, that elk didn't come out, so we're starting to pack up and start our trek out. It was a fun way to start the morning this morning. Did see one fresh set of cow elk tracks up around the corner, went for a walk, so they're moving last night for sure. Yeah, we gotta get back. We're just about to start on the trail back to the truck. Call it a day. Tents are down. Packs are packed. Just ready to saunter on our way. It's not a long trip, so it should be a good morning in our wet boots. Well, how nice is that? What a beautiful morning. Sun is up. Yeah. Back out to the McGregor River here. We're working our way out, and pretty soon there won't be a lot to look at anymore, so it's been a pretty fantastic trip, so let's soak in the last of it. How's that for a view? Early in the morning, sun just hitting up on the peaks. The elk are bugling. How does it get any better than that? The old road, we're already to it. The steel bridge up there. That was just a screaming trip out. Felt good, and we were just walking and talking, and we got out of there pretty quick. Way faster than I would have thought. The bridge is just above here, and the truck's just on the other side, and that'll be our Shangri-La trek for this year. Beautiful mountains up behind. The battery died on me, so here we go again. And there's the Bastille. Such a beautiful day. Such a fantastic hike. Shangri-La is really special. A lot of work. Definitely not for everybody. But if you're determined, start at the beginning and have a destination, find your way there. It's worth it, but you're going to be challenged along the way, which is not the end of the world for sure. But anyway, there's the truck, and that's our Shangri-La excursion. 3-day little trek into Shangri-La. Now we're gonna unwrap the truck, get on with our day. Well, I hope you enjoyed our video of Shangri-La. It's a pretty incredible place. Few people get to see it, and it was great to be able to share it with people. Just a reminder of the dangers. We made some mistakes, but hopefully others learned from the mistakes that we made there. As I said, I left them in the video. I could have cut them out and you'd have never known, but just in case you get into glacial country, you'll think about what you saw in this one, and
maybe be a little better prepared or just stay out of there like we should have. But anyway, it was a lot of fun. It was a fantastic place, just really cool. The trek in, tough. She's tough bushwhacking, so if you want to go to a place like that, be prepared for a tough go. Anyway, thanks for coming along. Hope you come back and see you on the next one. Bye now.